You go through your life every single day. Everything's all right. All good. And then you wake up one morning and your teeth just start falling apart. Fast. All in 1 week for a lot of people. Sometimes it hits when you're in your 20s. Sometimes it hits when you're in your 30s. Sometimes you're moving along and it's your 40s. But that day comes, and that day comes with like a vengeance too. It comes and it's like, boom, your teeth just start going down. What do you mean I got 5 little cavities starting? What do you mean I got problems left and right with my mouth and teeth, my gums and teeth? And here's how it works. Teeth are like time capsules. They're like shells, and the shell just starts to decay and break down, right? It's a shell from the ocean. The shell can be alive. There's a creature inside the shell. All's good. And then the creature inside the shell dies. And then the shell itself starts to just break down over time and wear and tear. And then it crumbles into dust. And that happens. If you ever walked the beach before, you'll see shells where most of the shell is pitted and gone and decayed and eroded. But that shell was beautiful at one point with a creature inside. What happens is there's a creature inside all of our teeth, and it's our life force, the teeth life force. There's a living nerve, and around that nerve are minerals and trace minerals, nutrients, antioxidants that have been packed in there since birth. And what happens is inside those teeth, it starts to break down slowly and you get these deficiencies, but the shell looks good and stays looking good until one day you go into the mirror, you grab your toothpaste and your toothbrush, and you notice something. What is that? What is that right there? I better get to the dentist. The shell starts to break down. Your enamel, the outside of your tooth starts to break down because inside it's all going wrong. What happens, people are deficient and they do things to dissolve the inside and outside of their teeth. They don't realize it for a while. They'll do vinegar, lots of vinegar through their life. They'll do lots of caffeine. They'll do lots of coffee, right? You got all the tea and coffee. These kinds of things start to break down teeth. You don't see it at first. The teeth look fine, but it dissolves the teeth inside out by removing calcium from our teeth. So teeth are like time capsules where the calcium is dissolving from the inside out and everything looks perfectly fine. The life force of that tooth is slowly aging internally, but the outside looks good still. And when the outside starts to look bad and you have problems, the inside's a lot worse than anybody knows. And it happens fast. And that dissolving occurs fast. And now the dentist is trying to do repair left and right. This cavity, this root canal, this crown, right? All that repair. But he's trying to save, or she's trying to save, the dentist is trying to save a sinking ship. A shell that's actually starting to fall apart, erode, corrode, dissolve. And so we have to think about the inside of our teeth. So there's so many steps you can take to keep teeth strong so nothing like this happens. We're never taught this. And we come into this world with so many deficiencies that you can lose your teeth as a child. You can lose your teeth as a teenager. You can lose your teeth in your 20s. So many people do because they came in so deficient. They had a shell around practically nothing. Building up our trace minerals, building up our calcium, building up all the things we need, looking out for things that cause problems is critical to make sure you can keep your teeth healthy and strong. Bacteria. You have to have bacteria to have a cavity. You have to have bacteria to have gum disease. You gotta have bacteria to have, you guessed it, root canals. Well, infected abscess roots. Bacteria. And it leads us to the next place. How does bacteria somehow get down in there deep when there isn't cavities? and then when there are cavities and so forth. But how do we get bacteria down there deep in the roots? Because of our immune system. Our immune system is struggling. We got zinc deficiencies galore. Zinc deficiencies are rampant all around the world, everywhere. And that's a problem all on its own. Our immune systems are compromised. Therefore, we get in trouble with teeth problems. The more viruses we have in our life, the more bacteria, the weaker the immune system, autoimmune, so forth, neurological problems. Usually people with multiple sclerosis suffer with their teeth the most. Usually. Not every exact person. There's reasons why there's different situations versus how many heavy metals somebody has, how many toxic heavy metals and so forth, and different toxins with viruses. But the point is compromised immune system leads to the bacteria frenzy in the mouth. So here's the thing, okay? When we get a compromised immune system and our immune system gets weakened, we get more teeth problems because we have an immune system that's struggling. It's trying to fight and battle different things like viruses and bacteria. A lot of people have multiple varieties of strep, and they have viruses like HHV6 and shingles and Epstein-Barr. Even if they just have an Epstein-Barr that's causing problems, their immune system cannot keep a tight watch on the teeth and the gums. So the immune system cannot keep a really close, tight watch on the gums. Your immune cells want to capture viruses and bacteria on the gum line, inside the gums, behind the teeth, in the jaw. Our immune system wants to capture invaders, pathogens, viruses, bacteria. But our immune systems are usually dealing with other problems, other things that we're actually having inside our body. Our immune system's dealing with a lot of different viruses and bacteria. People who have simplex 1, simplex 2, different varieties of Epstein-Barr, cytomegalovirus is a pain in the butt, and a lot of shingles viruses. These are the autoimmune plague, is all those different bugs and pathogens. And so our immune system is really busy on trying to protect us with all that. And at the same time, our immune system can't go and then take care of the teeth and gums. It can't go and take care of everything here. It just can't. Our immune system wants to help. It wants to take care of things, but it just can't cover every single tooth and every part of your gum. It can only get some of it at different times. So taking care of our immune system is critical. Learning why we're sick is critical. It protects our teeth. Is it okay to not go do anything to cavities? Should we always go get them fixed, or is it fine to let them be? The only thing is, if you're battling pathogens, your immune system's compromised, you got bacteria in the mouth that's lit, it's lit, right? And that bacteria is working on your teeth, okay? And you're taking care of yourself and you're trying to fix other problems. It's hard sometimes to get the teeth up to par fast enough. So you got to keep an eye on the cavities. That's what I would do. Keep an eye on them. If they start doing more, they start getting away from us, then that's another story. So you might want to keep on it that way. But if it doesn't look like it's getting away from us, that's another story. I mean, I have friends that they have cavities and stuff and they don't do anything with them because they're not getting away from them. But there's different ways of handling it as you're building up your immune system, as you're cleaning things out, as you're avoiding all the bad stuff and the vinegars and everything else. You're building up your calcium reserves in your teeth. You're doing all of that. Cavities start going away for a lot of people. What I've noticed in medical meme information, I've seen over the years, so many people get rid of cavities. Their cavities just healed right up in their mouths. Lemons are amazing for the teeth. This is a lime right here. When you hear dentists or anybody say it's a lemon water, don't do lemon water, who and what? Is that why everybody has teeth problems? It's lemons? Because, you know, I'm scratching my head here and I'm like, nobody eats lemons. How much lemon is in their diet? People have been in dentist chairs for centuries. Is it all the lemon? The last I knew is that sailors on the ocean for a year had scurvy and their teeth rotted out of their heads because they didn't have one lemon on the boat, one lemon on the ship, on a year-long journey, a 6-month journey out there in the ocean, and their teeth just rotted. The last I've learned, scurvy, rotting teeth from no lemon. I mean, when you really add it up and you think about it, you're just like, what the heck? A lemon tree sends roots deep into the earth, grabbing onto alkaline minerals like calcium. Lemon tree goes deep into the earth and starts to draw out all those alkaline, incredible minerals like calcium. Gets into the lemon, you squeeze that lemon water. Lemon doesn't erode enamel. If that's the case, I wouldn't have a tooth in my freaking mouth left. There wouldn't be a tooth in my mouth. I wouldn't have a tooth left. I have all my teeth. My teeth, no root canals, no nothing. I have good teeth. All the lemons. I used to eat lemons straight. I can't really eat them straight anymore. You guys have to be honest. I drink lemon water and I put lemon on everything. But I used to eat the lemons. I used to bite into them. I used to rub my teeth and gums into the lemon. I would open the lemon and just literally like an animal. I would just go into the lemon. I did that for years. Why do I have teeth? They should be gone by all means. It's just the Medical Medium book series. When someone says they did a medical medium, what did they even do? Especially if they're complaining about something like, I tried medical medium, it didn't work, I have a cavity. It's like, really? Because I would love to look at everything. I want to look at your grocery store receipts. Let's take a look at them. I want to look at your medical records. Let's take a look at them too. If you give me permission, let's look at them. We'll sit together. We'll sit there and we'll put it all on a coffee table. Let's look at all your medical records. Look at all the medications. Let's see the side effects on all the medications. Let's look at your restaurant receipts. Let's look at them. How many times you're going out to different restaurants? What have you been eating? Let's look in your cupboards. How much vinegar is in the cupboard? That's just one thing. Let's look at everything you're doing. Did you just get your house painted? Are you breathing in all these paint fumes? Did you just get a room painted in your house? You breathing in all? Did you get your carpets cleaned? What kind of plugins do you have around the house? What kind of detergents are you using? What are you actually getting in you? Right? What are you eating? What kind of processed foods did you eat in between it all that have food chemicals and everything? What kind of exposures have you had too? And what kind of alcohol consumption? I'd like to see all the receipts and everything you're doing. And what kind of recreational drug use? You tried ayahuasca and you're trying to blame your cavity on medical medium? I don't even know what you did. And you did ayahuasca on and off for the last 10 years? The group of people in some retreat somewhere? So, let's look at all your records. Let's see your dental records. I want to see all your dental records going back. Mercury fillings, everything. I want to see all your dental records. How many fluoride treatments have you had? Because they're saying, I've been saying fluoride's bad forever, but now they're saying fluoride's really bad. So it's hitting mainstream. So you're going to blame me for a cavity, or you're going to blame me for something. You're going to blame medical medium information, but you're not like the people in the medical medium community who literally have been there, done that, tried everything, and they're seasoned, and they're really applying medical medium and customizing it for themselves. And they're humble. They're humble, and their integrity is unbelievable. The people in the medical medium community, their integrity and their humble nature and they have respect for other people in the community. The compassion they have is unlike anything else out there. So if you drift into the medical medium community and you try one thing and you don't like me for some reason because you don't like my hat or you don't like my glasses or something like that, and you're just pissed, or you hear something that's a lie and false information out there about me because there's a bunch of people spreading that constantly. If you're that and all of a sudden you're going to complain about your cavity or something or your gums, did you really do medical medium? No. And what about the medical treatment? Did you get the medical treatment? And what about birth control? Were you doing birth control when you were 16 years old, 17 years old, 10 years ago? Were you doing it when you were, 15 years ago? How much birth control did you do? And what about the medical treatments you had too? Like, you know what I mean? Like those. Whatever it is, there's a lot of stuff. So yeah, get cracking at it. I'd like to see all the receipts and see all the data. Let's bring it all out on the table. Okay? Yeah. Exactly. And if somebody's out there and they want to take it to a whole nother level of like whatever it is, saying that harm was created because of this, because of like some fruit, and you could eat meat, you can be vegan, you can do whatever you want and still do medical medium. But if you're like, you think you were harmed by actually learning some really good information and taking care of yourself, well, then we're going to look at all your records. Yeah. Yeah. Like if you want to take it out there and put it out there publicly, like
then we need to see all your records. I want to see all your medications. I want to see all your medical visits. I want to see all your restaurants. I want to see all the food you buy. I want to see everything. I want to see every single receipt. Yeah. So, and we should do that too. If someone wants to take it to the full extent of, oh, I've been hurt by actually doing some wild blueberries and and my teeth fell out from doing medical medium. Really? Because everybody's teeth are healing on medical medium. And if sometimes it's a delay factor, people get into medical medium, they're already, their teeth was having problems. But if you're going to go there to the full extent and go like hogwire public about it or something, then yeah, we have to do something like legally. We need to look at all your documents, all your records, all your stuff. We need to see, like, were you in a case study somewhere where they were only feeding you medical medium stuff and they were watching everything? They were watching everything you did, every food you ate, no. It's an insane world. But you guys know that. Number one thing you got to worry about right here, probably one of the number one things, there's a bunch of them. What you see right here is vinegar, okay? Different vinegars. I got the white vinegar. I got the vinegar that has a darker color. I don't care if it's apple cider vinegar. I don't care if it's vinegar from planet Mars. I don't care if it's vinegar from planet Pluto. I don't care if it's vinegar from somebody's own backyard. I don't care if the vinegar comes from Greece. It comes from Italy. I don't care what kind. It's going to slowly destroy your teeth. I can say it over and over and over again until I'm blue in the face. It gets apple cider vinegar people upset by even, talking anything bad about it, but I just want you to have a chance to protect yourself in case you got sucked into the apple cider vinegar trend. So this is how it works. What happens with acetic acid? It has a chemical reaction with calcium. Calcium's in your teeth, calcium's in your bones. Acetic acid depletes calcium. There's a chemical reaction that occurs when acetic acid hits calcium. Now, I'm just going to say this, okay? There's vinegar in cleaning products. So remember that. There's a reason why vinegar is in cleaning products. And vinegar can clean hard water stains. Yes, calcium stains. Think about that one for a little bit, okay? Why does vinegar clean water stains? Hard water stains. Face. Vinegar not just wears away the enamel, so you can stick a straw in something and drink it thinking it's not going to hit the enamel, but that's not the problem. The vinegar goes in deep and causes a calcium deficiency, meaning it draws calcium. Every time you use vinegar anywhere, anyhow, you're pulling calcium from your teeth. Yes! And over time, this gets worse and worse, meaning the effects happen each year. You don't even know it. You might not be aware of it. And the dentist doesn't even see it too. Doesn't even see deep down in the tooth, deep down in the dentin, what's happening. Down into the dentin of the tooth, it starts there. You do the vinegar, and then the vinegar eats away the inside out, not just from the outside, the inside out. Probably one of the most important things to learn if you're trying to protect your teeth. Now, I don't have root canals. I don't have teeth problems. I don't have gum disease, and I have all my original teeth. I don't have implants, and I've never gotten veneers. I don't go and get professional whitenings. I protect my dentin and protect my teeth by not doing one of the things that people do every single day. Every salsa they have, every condiment, every relish, every pickled this, pickled that, every little thing that has vinegar in it, from mayonnaise to you name it, they're doing vinegar every single day. So let's go a little deeper into it. How does it work? The minute that vinegar touches your mouth inside, there's a call for calcium. Your body goes into freak out mode. It's like, calcium, where are you? Calcium, where are you? Instantly. Because it's acetic acid. So maybe the red wine vinegar, the apple cider vinegar, whatever kind you want, the minute it goes into your mouth, your body's screaming an alarm bell. That alarm bell is calcium, calcium. The vinegar is acetic acid. It's going to create a problem. It's going to burn the body. internally. It's kind of like when a fire starts in a building and the fire department's called and the fire department comes out and they're freaking out and they're bringing out their hoses and they're trying to save lives and they're trying to die out the fire. What's happening is your body's freaking out the minute that acetic acid, that vinegar, enters into your mouth. Your body's calling for the fire hose. It's calling for the calcium fire hose. It's what it's calling for. And that calcium fire hose is your calcium storage bins. So any kind of calcium you got in your bloodstream, instantly gone. Instantly gone. We have calcium that's circulating around the bloodstream just from the things you eat on a daily basis, because there's a little bit of calcium in almost everything. If you're a meat eater, there's a little touch of calcium in the meat. Chicken eater, there's a little touch of calcium in the chicken. It's not much, but it's there. If you eat a vegetable, there's some calcium in there. If you eat an orange, there's lots of calcium in there, but there's calcium in the foods you're eating. That calcium is floating around your bloodstream. And guess what happens? The minute you drop in that acetic acid right off the running, that calcium's used up fast. It's used up that hour. I'm going to take my apple cider vinegar shots because I heard on TikTok it's a great thing to do. And then you're losing all of your calcium that's in your bloodstream in that moment. And not only do you lose the calcium that's in the bloodstream in that moment, but you start losing calcium out of the bones and teeth, you guys, in that moment. Not next year. Calcium is there to neutralize the acetic acid. It doesn't do a great job, but the calcium's there to neutralize the acetic acid so your bones and teeth don't fall apart too quick. We got chocolate. Teeth destroying diets. Your teeth are going to suffer. They just are. I'm not trying to just be like, you guys, look, I want to make your lives miserable today. I want to tell you about caffeine and chocolate because you guys are, most everybody's on it. If you know what causes teeth problems and you learn and you still do it, I don't know what to say. Just when the teeth are falling apart and you're getting more root canals and you're getting more teeth work and more cavities filled and your gums are getting that plaque underneath the teeth, just know some of the causes. So a lot of people think chocolate's healthy. Chocolate's good for you because we're taught that. We're high on chocolate. We're high in the caffeine. Life's hard. We need that rush. We need that coffee. We need that caffeine there. Coffee is so acidic, it's another teeth destroyer from the inside out. So when it comes down to coffee, it's a little different than acetic acid. Coffee happens to be extremely acidic. What it does is it kills those adrenal glands. It kills your stomach glands. It starts to actually cause problems, deficits in those glands, so your adrenal glands and your stomach glands. Both those, believe it or not, do help and protect your teeth over time. But what we do is we drink coffee every single day. Not only is the acidic nature of coffee really harsh on enamel. Did you ever hear about coffee stains, right? Coffee stains. Coffee stains are different than if you eat a whole thing of blueberries. Blueberries, that's a pigment that's anthocyanin. That gets into the teeth sometimes. Chocolate stains the frick out of people's teeth. You see that right there? Chocolate does so much staining. And then, if you got somebody who's compromised and they're chronically sick, you guys, they're also doing chocolate. They got the caffeine cranking in their system. Chocolate wears away your calcium reserves. It breaks down your immune system. I can't tell you how many times over the years, helping out people, all these decades, did I see when someone went on a chocolate binge, they broke out a week later with a simplex, cold sore fever blister. Chocolate binge, fever blister. Chocolate binge, and then a new bout of mono. Chocolate binge, and then an abscess in the tooth. Jaw starts to hurt. The point is that our immune system can only do so much when we tip the scale and death by 1,000 cuts and we push things over the edge. It's not our fault. It's nobody's fault. It's a hard world, hard life. But there's a real reason why people's teeth just start falling apart over time. There are so many different angles we can do to protect our teeth, down from the basic first fundamental options right down to going as far as we want to protect our teeth. And the first thing I would tell anybody right off the running, hey, AW, I want to keep my teeth. I don't want teeth problems every minute. I want my teeth to be okay. Boom, vinegar gone. Boom. Chocolate, boom, gone. Woo. Just gone. Coffee,